Good morning, everybody. Darkwag here. So I enjoy watching anime. I enjoy watching movies of all kinds as well. I've done a few movie reviews on here. Mixed review, people, whether you like it or not, that's okay. I do a completely unscripted take, as you can always tell. I'm currently, as most of the time, in my mobile studio, my car. But, that being said, a friend of mine and I are doing a blind review of a few different shows. One of which he finally talked me into is My Hero Academia. I held off on watching that show for a while because I'm not a huge fan of watching the most popular fan-loved shows. And not because they're bad shows or anything against the shows themselves. The only issue I end up having half the time is the fans themselves. As great as they are, and loving as they are for their shows, they almost become like defensive if you haven't seen it yet. Almost like, well, you haven't watched it yet? What's wrong with you? And I don't like that. I haven't watched Attack on Titan. I've heard it's great. It's just not something I've liked. I've tried it a couple of times. Was never a huge fan. One of the main reasons I didn't actually watch My Hero Academia is is exactly the same reason. I watched Naruto for a little while, but I just couldn't. It's not my show. Not that it's a bad show. It's actually a really good show. I couldn't get into it. It didn't hold my attention. I'm not a huge fan of the tournament-style animes. Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach. I'm just not a huge fan of them. Not that they're anywhere bad, it's just they're not my shows. I like them sometimes, like I really liked Yu Yu Hakusho. But, Anyway, back to the story, the time at hand. So, he finally talked me into it, and so I started watching My Hero Academia. I watched the first 5 episodes. I haven't gone any farther yet, and I've actually managed to avoid pretty much all spoilers for the show. I don't know how I managed that, considering, like I said, it's one of the most popular animes out there right now. But, that being said, I'm actually enjoying it. I'm still holding my reservations for whether I actually like the show or not, but I am enjoying it. The pacing and the writing is really well done. The timing on the mouth flaps are perfect. Voice acting is where I actually really enjoy the shows the most, and the actors chosen for the cast here are spot on. They really are hitting their characters in a way that keeps them intriguing. They're not just switching to goofy voice for no reason. That's what makes a really good voice actor. I mean, you can always have the character who comes in with a goofy voice, but if there's a need for something like that, then that's okay. You don't need it. But I'm really intrigued on what's going to happen in the show. Now, storyline-wise, like I said, I'm only 5 episodes in. I can't pass judgment on the story. I do like the premise. A kid born to a world of superheroes without powers, but is determined to become the greatest superhero. It's along the same lines of Black Clover, which is another current anime that's out right now, which is another tournament-styled anime, but it's still good. In Black Clover, it's in a world of magic, a boy born with 0 magic potential, but finds a way to essentially get the power to nullify magic. He's actually really strong when he uses his abilities. It's really good. Check that one out too. So yeah, like I said, in my podcast here, I am revamping my styles a little bit. Right now, I'm watching this show. I'm hopefully going to have a new monologue post out shortly. The timing for my studio time it's not easy at the moment. But it's what happens every spring. I live on a little farm. I got a lot to do. By the time I have time to be able to record, my kids are in bed normally, and my daughter sleeps right on the other side of the wall. So I don't want to wake her up by being all loud in the studio. It's not soundproof. I have dampening foam up, but it's definitely not soundproof. Alright, so you don't want to hear all this, but anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. Talk to you later.